Okay, have you been here earlier?
No.
I love this place.
Wow.
You can always come back for your coffee here. It says Gazi Husrev-Beg of Vakuf, which is part of the trust as well, right? On this place he built 3 hotels. Caravanserai or Han.
It's really beautiful here. Wow.
Nowadays they are very but very similar religions, and the Jews, they are coming to Spain with Arabs.
Yeah.
So they love with the Muslims.
Okay, yeah.
And when the Jews are expelled from Spain, it was not, we call it Reconquista and expulsion of Jews. It's not only Jews, expulsion of Jews and Muslims from Spain.
Yeah.
That was nothing much, right? As Sarajevo was established during Ottoman time, let's start from the east. They came from the east, right? Let's go there. Yes. Not from the war, because in a few days there will be 20, how many years? 27 years of Srebrenica genocide. So actually the commemoration for the genocide, they are wearing these flowers, which is showing 11 leaves for 11th of July, 11 leaves for innocence, white color, and green for hope. The flower is done by mothers of Srebrenica. So you can buy it. Yeah. Anyway, do you see clock tower over there? 220, 235. Any idea?
235.
235, you see?
Oh, yeah.
25 minutes to 3.
The First World War happened.
Sorry?
You mean the time which is shown?
Yes. My watch shows like 11:15. You know what it is? 235.
All the time.
No.
Let's wait. So we have seen it's 2:35, right? Okay. We will see again.
Is it when the war stopped?
Good try. Good try. No, many people would say that. Let's wait like a few more minutes, and then we will see if this really works or not. So if the war stopped, it means that it will be fixed at 2:35, right? Okay. Next stop will be in front of the clock tower, and we'll see it a little bit more. 20 minutes of this tour, next 20 minutes of this tour will be about one guy. His name is Gazi Husrev-Beg. Maybe you heard of him, maybe not. But that guy is the most important person for the history of Sarajevo. He arrived here in 1521. There was nothing much here. Yeah. There was on the other side of the river, there was a Franciscan monastery. One tiny mosque and water line was there. But on this side of the river, there was nothing. He found an empty place and he decided to build city here. He was appointed to be Kazandžiluk of Bosnia by Ottoman, so he was kind of governor here. And he could go to Travnik because Ottoman's headquarters were in Travnik. He didn't go there. He loved it and he stayed here. Whatever you see in front of us and whatever you will see in next 20 minutes of this tour belongs to his trust. You cannot buy, you cannot own anything here. All these stores, all these buildings, they belong to his trust. And the money, if the rents are collected to one fund, and they are distributed in the same way that he wanted that in 16th century. 500 years they are collecting money. Imagine that. 500 years, trust is running by itself. We'll talk more about his trust. On this place it says Gazi Husrev-Beg of Bezistan. This is also part of the trust. On this place he found an open market. He decided to cover it, and we got first bazaar in Sarajevo. So stan, like Pakistan and Kazakhstan, means place of. This was a place of best. Best means silk. No more silk, no more textiles, but still old shopping mall is there. We can pass through it, please. At some point we are turning to the left. Next meeting point will be in front of the window. Okay, so this way and then to the left. You see time is changing. Yeah? Let's go there.
Good. Introduce nice teacher.
Nice.
I will put it into. You know mine?
Sorry?
I will put it into YouTube.
Oh, great. You have
Yeah,
your
yeah.
channel?
I have a channel, so I have
You
many
have your
friends.
channel?
Turn it to the left.
Free reading. Wish I sent you some free reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little homework thing.
Yeah,
Just try with the South Korean guy. I'm telling you, he didn't stop for 3 months. No.
Well, that's the Grand Mosque of Sarajevo. We would say Beg's Mosque, which refers to Husrev-Beg. Whenever you see mosque, you'll find either ornaments there. Muslims, they don't believe in idols, same as a Jew. So you'll find motifs of leaves, flowers, birds. So here are some of these basic decoration or calligraphy you can see over there. But inside of the mosque, there is much more calligraphy. On the ceilings of this fountain, you can find 8 different styles of calligraphy. So calligraphic letters are verses from Holy Book written in different artistic ways. So they will have, you know, different variations of that letters. You know, sometimes even the stars or birds or flowers, they will be on that way. Whenever you see mosque, you'll find carpets there. They will be covered by carpets. It has to be a clean place. Water will be always next to it because Muslims, they will do absolution, ritual cleansing. So in 16th century here, already there was a water line which was built by Gazi Husrev-Beg, so water was reaching this area. Still, these fountains are symbols of Sarajevo. So around 50 fountains around the city are preserved, so they are actually symbols of my city. So water is fresh and drinkable everywhere, so you can drink water just all around the city. The green dome that you see over there is a library of Gazi Husrev-Beg, which was established in the 16th century, destroyed in 1992. 3 libraries were burned in Sarajevo during war. Then these chimneys that you see over there, these chimneys are standing for Gazi Husrev-Beg's madrasa, which was University of Gazi Husrev-Beg. Gazi Husrev-Beg says that his school will teach math, astronomy, religious subjects and languages. And he says that his school will run in Sarajevo forever. So until these days, we have a school of Gazi Husrev-Beg, which was built, big building, new one, built 300 years after Gazi Husrev-Beg's death, paid by his trust. So this big building that you see behind is today considered as Gazi Husrev-Beg's gymnasium. So it's still part of the trust. And the old one is today used as the Gazi Husrev-Beg's museum. So if you will have, maybe, if you would like to explore a little bit more about him, you can visit the Museum of Gazi Husrev-Beg. Yes?
And his trust is in the hand of his family, or
No.
in the hand of the state, or
His trust is running in the way that he explained in the document which is called Vakufnama. Vakuf means trust, Vakufnama is the document of the trust. He explained even how much will be paid guy who is cleaning this courtyard of the mosque, how much will be rent in every of the store, how much will be a paid guy who is fixing clock tower, how much. He named 12 streets of the old town of Sarajevo, which were existing in that time, which exist today. And from these 12 streets, they choose board of 24 people. And this board is standing there, and they are managing the trust.
They are always
And they are rotate, they have a mandate, it's all explained. The original document of Gazustra-based trust, you can find in the library. And if you visit library, it costs only 3 marks. They have a museum. And you can find even description, it's very unique, you know. Find description of every single wage, you know, and the amount recalculated in silver and everything.
But are we talking only about some things related to money, or is it cultural related and belief related?
Exactly what you had said last. Culturally and belief related. In nothing related to the money. Imagine that in Sarajevo, before World War II, we have 200 trusts. They were all inspired by the trust of Kazandžiluk. Belief related. Why? Because Muslims, they believe that good deeds never expire. Good deed never expire. So it means, I do something good today, okay, but I die, I'm dead. And still something which I did is helping someone, I'm rewarded for it. That's how, if you drink water from this fountain, you are thirsty today, hot day, he will be rewarded for it because he feeded you. But that trust is much more than it. In 16th century, public baths, public toilets, which they started charging last year, people are not happy with that because that public toilet should be paid by the trust. Why this board decided now to charge it? Because that should be public good. But anyway, we have a public kitchen. 250 people can apply for free food every day. School, library, poor people. I don't know how to apply. I didn't try, but I mean, most probably it's easy to apply. I think that they will not even check. You'll find long queues if you wake up in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock, around Bashasha Square. That's the public kitchen.
Is there some kind of membership that is connected? I mean, can you be member of the trust
You can donate. And I told you there were 200 trusts here before World War II. But the Kazandžiluk Trust was donated by many people. And even today, people will donate to Kazandžiluk Trust. I know. I was born in the old town of Sarajevo. And many people in the old town of Sarajevo, in my neighborhood, I know few people who left their whole wealth to trust of Kazandžiluk. So I know a person who died, she left everything to the trust of. But many people, not many, but some families, they would, if they have 2 siblings, they will share their wealth to 3. That third part of their wealth, whatever, house, they will give to trust. And this was very common, now a little bit less, but it was very common in the older times. If you're not rich to make your own trust, you'll donate to this trust.
Is there some kind of social security aspect or social, or social health connected to it as well?
Yes. You know, this land, for example, you give land and you can tell that rent will be rented out for the students. You will finance 2 students. So you explain what you want to do with that. So it's a social thing. It's more about that.
Okay.
Anyway, clock tower. It's 2:45, so it works, right?
Yeah.
Any idea? I'll tell you. This is very accurate clock. Very accurate. It's very
Accurate.
correct. Accurate.
Correct.
Whole world today uses Julian time. Next day starts on midnight, right? New Year starts on 31st of December, isn't it? For us, right? And the month has 31 days or 30 days, right? But for the Muslim and Jewish people, next day doesn't start on midnight.
Yeah.
Sorry. Next day starts when?
10:10.
Sunset. Sunset is the end of the day, considering Muslim and Jewish beliefs. This clock is the only clock in the whole world which at 12 shows sunset.
Oh.
At 12 in the night.
12.
12 there is the
12.
sunset in
Sunset.
Sarajevo. How many hours till sunset? 9 hours and 12 minutes, right?
12 minutes.
15 minutes, let's say. 9 hours and 15 minutes from now is the sunset. What time is it? Now it's 11:24.
Yeah.
And 15 minutes will be 11:39 and 9 hours, 8:39 today's sunset. Do you trust me? You don't have to. We can check the prayer times. And all of these prayer times, they depends on the position of the sun. This is noon, Podne, noon. Is at 12:52. That's a prayer for Muslim and Jews. Then there is one prayer between noon and the sunset. It's position of the sun, exactly in the middle. 8:39 is the sunset. You see there?
Yeah.
Correct, right? So sunset is changing every day, right?
Yeah.
Today it will be at 8:39. Tomorrow sunset is at 8:38, 37. In the winter will be at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So somebody has to fix it because sunset is changing every day.
And it's speeding up, or like how do you adapt to such things?
First of all, in 16th century they were studying astronomy there. If you visit library, you can see astronomical clocks. They used to measure position of the sun and the moon. That's why Muslim and Jewish in 15th century, they were good in math. And they were good in astronomy. And they knew that world cannot be flat, which was very different thought from Europe in that time. And they knew that world cannot be flat. And this guy who would finish that school, his office was here. And he would climb 3 times a week on top of this clock tower to adjust it. Because day is shorter or longer. It depends, is it summer or winter time. So 12 o'clock has to be in the moment of sunset. So Movekit is still there. He's still climbing there and fixing clock tower, but he's not using this old equipment anymore. He's checking Google most probably.
But it's manual fixed.
It's manually
not a
fixed.
technical system to
It's not the
fix
technical.
it.
It's manually fixed. Muslim and Jewish here are shorter because they are looking at the moon. Phase of the moon is end of the month. And that's why month we call 31 days. It's not 31 days. Month is 29 and a half days. So 12 phases of the month is a new year. So Jewish and Muslim year are 355 or 54 days. So 12 months are there. One of these 12 months, Muslims are fasting. You know, it's called Ramadan. They fast. And they fast from sunrise to sunset. Imagine when the Ramadan hits in the summer, like today. It's a long day of fasting. But you know, because here is shorter, Ramadan can be in the winter as well. So when Ramadan is in the winter, 150 years ago, you don't care when this clock is going to hit 12. Because you fast in the morning from 7 till 3 in the afternoon. When you see it's dark, you eat, right?
Yeah.
But imagine summer. You get very hungry, right? And you want to eat in the moment of sunset. But you don't see sun, right? And you don't see clock tower because no one lives here.
Yeah.
People live in the hills. And from the hills, it's far to see clock tower. But they want to eat, you know. So there was a guy standing at the Yellow Fortress, and from the Yellow Fortress, he was watching clock tower. When he sees that clock tower hits 12, he was firing cannon. And the fireworks sound to all these people that it's time to break their fast. So that tradition is kept until these days. People still like to hear shot in the moment of sunset and to break their fast. A long time ago, they were just by the table ready, listening to the shot and to break their fast. So that's the reason why, if you go to the Yellow Fortress, you'll find that cannon there. Cannon is standing for just to be used during Ramadan. Today is easy. You have everyone has clock, everyone has watches.
Yeah.
But long time ago, it was quite unusual. Okay.
Thank you.
We can continue this way. You can take a look at this fountain. You can take some water, and we can continue to Caravanserai. We will walk for 100 meters, and we turn to the left into the Caravanserai.
The water can drink directly?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We are turning to the left here. Okay, have you been here earlier?
No.
I love this place.
Wow.
You can always come back for your coffee here. It says Gazi Husrev-Beg of Akuf, which is part of the trust as well, right? On this place he built 3 hotels. Caravanserai or Han.
Yeah.
Down there were storages, and on the first floor there was 40 rooms. Each room could host 4 people. 160 people could stay free of charge. Meals free of charge, accommodation free of charge. Everyone wants to come to the place with free food, right? And free accommodation. Merchants started coming, and that was the first way. And way to attract merchants here. In the same time, Husrev-Beg built 500 stores, and they were not free of charge. Money from the stores was financing meals here, accommodation here, school, water line, public toilets, public kitchens, library, clock tower, school of Husrev-Beg. And until these days, I told you that public kitchen of Husrev-Beg is feeding 250 people. I already explained that this was something related to the religion, to the beliefs, and this was one of many trusts in Sarajevo. But after World War II, we got communism, so most of the trusts were taken by the government. The only remaining one was trust of Husrev-Beg. Why? Tito knew that this guy means a lot for the locals, and touching into this trust could make trouble for him. So Husrev-Beg's trust is still there. But one building was taken by the government. Hammam, public bath. Public bath. Who uses public bath in 1950? No one. Everyone has bathroom at home, right? So public bath was empty building, and the communists, they have seen that trust is not using it, and they decided to take over it. They did reconstruction in the 70s, and out of old hammam, they are opening new attraction in Sarajevo. They are opening a hammam bar. Disco club was there. This guy was spinning in his grave. This was completely against his beliefs. So 60s, 70s, and 80s, my parents, they would chill out in the old hammam, which was new casino. And when the communism collapsed in 90s, hammam bar was returned back to the real owner. It's called restitution. The real owners are getting the old properties. So the hammam is today place with art installations, and different exhibitions are taking place there. So it's not bar anymore. So if you are interested to see old hammam, it's just behind the cathedrals. You'll find one building. When you are standing in front of cathedral, just go behind, you'll see domes of the old hammam. This is not free hotel anymore, I'm sorry for it. No free rooms here. Lawyers, tour guides, several agents, anyone can rent out the office space, and money is collected to the trust. Trusts do whatever they want with that money. Okay? Good. You can always come back for your coffee, Bosnian coffee here. It's nice to be here when it's cool, hot days, to cool down a little bit here. We can go this way, hot coffee, huh?
Yeah, hot coffee.
We love coffee. We can go this way, turn to the left, and going to the Basharshia Square. It's the main square in the city.
Sorry.
That's the main square of Sarajevo. We have two meeting points. One is this one, next to this fountain, and another one is in front of cathedral. Fountain is called Sebil, and the local legend says that drinking water from this fountain, you'll come back again in Sarajevo, so you can try. 100 years ago, all these streets were doing different crafts. At some point, we had 85 crafts in Sarajevo. But our government, there was still a chance 10 years ago to save old crafts. Our government didn't do a lot. And actually, they were giving subsidies of 10, 20 euros for the guys to encourage them to run old crafts. It was not enough, of course. Most of the crafts are gone. Today we have one shoemaker, one brush maker, one tinsmith workshop, few metalsmiths. Unfortunately, they are disappearing. I witnessed a few weeks ago that another craftsman closed his store here, and even the oldest street in Sarajevo, which is preserving the oldest crafts in Sarajevo, is in danger. This street here is the oldest street in the city, Jesiba. It's called Kazandžiluk or Coppersmiths, and this is the street with the oldest crafts in my city. These families are those who were stubborn in this way, that they wanted to move on and to produce and to sell their own handmade products. So I always say, if you're going to do and buy something in Sarajevo, if you don't know where, do it there. Support any of them. They're all of them are unique Coppersmiths from the city. Not all of them are the best artists. This is art. I'll show you. It requires some, knowledge, and it requires some inspiration. But just being there is already somehow helping our city to preserve the oldest street in the city. So we'll pass through the street, and I'll show you some of the old crafts, how they do it, and I'll just present you some.
Amazing.
So here is one of the Coppersmiths who is just now working with his product. The story here is about coffee. That's a new spice that's coming to Europe with the Ottomans. Before Ottomans, we love tea here, but when the Ottomans arrived, we just started drinking coffee. And as of 16th century, coffee is like part of daily routine here. Getting welcome in the Bosnian hall. They will pull out the coffee grinder, they will grind coffee in front of you, and then the freshly grinded coffee comes to this pot. More coffee, less water, they want to show hospitality, it will be served to you. You will drink coffee from this cup, which is called filjan. And when you go and order coffee around the city, actually in this filjan you'll get sugar cubes. So you don't pour coffee on the sugar. Take out sugar cubes you are melting in a cup, biting with your teeth, and then you slowly dose yourself with the coffee. That's how we'll do it. I told you, we will show hospitality, so they will make stronger dose of the coffee. But sometimes you come more often, or you stay longer than they expect. Sometimes they will do another type of coffee. This is non-filtered coffee, so it gets sediment on the bottom. When they want to tell you that it's time to leave, they will take a little bit of this used sediment, put it in a new pot, a little bit of fresh coffee just to give a smell, and then they will serve you diluted coffee. That coffee is usually served when you really have to rush, or it's served to the guy that's coming for the first time to meet parents of his future wife, girlfriend. So they will serve him this coffee, and his reaction will be also his destiny. He has to be silent and tolerate the coffee, so he will be perfect son-in-law. Yeah. These all families, they have different techniques. You can see one of the masters is here. This guy is doing this for many. They do stretching technique. And yeah, over there sitting one of two very big masters of this craft here in the street. We can move on, and I'll show you some of the other techniques. Here is Adnan Ferhatovic. He's one of the younger Coppersmiths here. He is now making one plate, which will be at the end looking maybe like this, or you can see on the walls over there, the one in the middle, it will be like that one, or the ones here, the silver ones. You see a silver one. So it will take him maybe 5 to 6 days to make it. He will do the copper. Later, he do silver plating, like you can see over there, silver plating or gold plating. So these are unique things. And all of these guys, you will find them, all of them, they have different motives, different designs. So, Adnan's family, this is family Ferhatovic, they will have one design. The other family, you will find different, or other families, they have their own design. So it's just up to you. Either you like design of one or another. I can say artists. It's not any more Coppersmiths. They are real artists of the city. And this guy, by the way, that's the place where the Walter was. You asked me about Walter. He had a sign. I don't know where he put it now. He moved it, but that was the store. It's his store.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. It is all handicrafted.
Yes.
It's amazing. Yeah. Oh, cool.
All handcrafted.
It's a long time, maybe 100 years, right?
Yes, for many years.
Of course.
Što si, brat? Šta ima?
Čaša, sam se zaljevao.
So you can see over there on the walls, these are big plates. And these pots that you see are called Kazans. And actually street got name after Kazans because they were doing pots, big pots for the soups like this ones that you see here. So the street got named Kazandžiluk after the pots, after the Kazans, which were done for the usually for the big soups. And the big plates that you see over there, they are called sinia, and actually they would be served. There would be tables that was served. Usually meals would be served in the rich houses. So if you are in the village, you will eat on the floor. In some basic houses, you will have wooden table, but some families who wanted to show off, a long time ago, the way to show off is to buy this kind of plate, like big one table, which will be placed on the floor, and that was kind of showing status of the family. And it's all done handmade by the Coppersmiths in Sarajevo. We can move on this way.
Yeah, go with the tour guide, you can know much more than things, right? Good. Yeah, I really like that. Wow, it's a flower. So cool.
Now to buy 100 or 300 grams. Why? Because even though it's smashed, it's more fresh. So 100 grams you're not going to offend anyone. So it's the way to respect someone, and they will rather appreciate smaller amount of coffee because they will rather come back here and buy new coffee. We can move on.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Give me one. Je peux prendre une photo de ça?
Oh, sorry. It's really beautiful here. Wow.
I think we could stay there in the shade.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think go.
Genuinely,